What is guanin, peeps? What is guanin? It's just me, Valerie's Naturals. Okay, it's Valerie here. And if you're new here, welcome. And if you're a ride or die, welcome back. If you really are new here, my name is Valerie. I'm 60. I've turned 60 in September. I'm still in shock myself that I've actually lived 60 years on this earth. But I guess I'm not the ordinary 60-year-old because I love to do certain things. But I'm here today because I've started this Mounjaro journey. And I don't know how much recording I'm going to do on this, but I thought a week on Mounjaro, I've been a week on Mounjaro, so it's coming into week 2 now. Today is my injection day. This is why I'm here. I'm not going to show the injection situation again. If you want to see it, go back. That was the very first time I took the injections. I was scared, I was anxious, whatever. But it didn't hurt. First off, it didn't hurt. I had an anxiety attack for no reason, and yeah, it's been very interesting this week. A whole week on Monjaro, and there's so much to talk about. I don't even know where to start. I've just decided that I would do this and journal the situation, but there's been changes already now. I'm going to say off the bat, I didn't lose that much weight. And that's partly because, and I've been warned actually, that because I take diabetes medication and I have diabetes, it's going to take a while for the insulin to settle down and everything else. And so, but the good news is I haven't put on. I've lost, a drum roll, please. I've lost a pound. But the last 4 weeks prior to taking the Bonjaro, I was putting weight on week after week, partly because of the medication that I was on. And it's just like something needed to change. Okay. And damn, does Monjaro change things? Let me tell you something. You've probably heard this time and time again, but it was almost immediate for me. The minute I had that injection, went to, and I thought after that I went to bed. Okay, so obviously I didn't sit around to wait for the changes, but in the morning, my mindset, it was like a switch went off in my head. My mindset towards food changed completely. Now, I'm going to give you the pluses, but I'm also going to give you the minuses, okay? Because there's plenty of minuses as well. But the first thing what I noticed was that I weren't craving anything. I've lost all interest in food. Okay, I've lost not that I've lost all interest in food. I'm a foodie. I love food. Do you know? And it's like to not be bothered with food was when it finally dawned on me. It was like what? What? What's going on? It's like a switch had gone off in my head to say, all right, it's time to stop now. It's time to stop now. You don't need to be eating that. You don't need to be thinking about food because do you know if you're a foodie and you love food and um you don't get diabetes, type 2 diabetes from nowhere for no reason. Well, some people do, but for me, it's probably the carbs. Now, let's talk about carbs. 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I bought a bread maker. I've been killing it, and the bread that's coming out of that thing is fantastic. Okay, so this week on Manjaro was like, oh shit. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna finish the bread that I have got. I'll make toast with it. I'll make sandwiches for lunch. No, I'd taken the actual Manjaro the Sunday, went to bed. Okay, didn't have a problem sleeping. Got up on the Monday, my mindset, there was a switch that went off, okay? But I tried to, out of habit alone, and this was out of a habit, okay? I thought, let me make some toast. I'd made some fantastic onion bread in the bread maker, okay? It was fantastic. This bread was gorgeous. I ate this bread, and for the whole day on Monday, I'd had heartburn. I had heartburn the whole day, and I'm thinking, is it because it's a carb, or is it that or is it that I shouldn't really be eating it? Okay, so I thought, stop it now, Val. Eat something that's not a carb. So I ate something that wasn't a carb. Okay, but on top of that, okay, I was feeling bloated and full all the time. I didn't want to eat. It's literally like I didn't. It's like the whole. This is about the whole week. Do you know? I can't explain it. It's just a weird sensation. It's a really weird thing. But it's like the food switch had gone off. It's almost like my head said, okay, it's like we're getting your levels back to normal, and we're getting you back to normal. We're going to get you back to that person that that doesn't need to sit there and eat 2 bags of share crisps, to be happy, or you're not a bottomless pit anymore. Here's what's going to happen: you're going to have smaller portions, and you're going to be fuller on smaller portions, and you're going and food is not going to interest you anymore, and you can get on with other things in your day. It's weird. And I know you've probably heard this from other people, but until you've experienced it it don't make no sense. How that switch has just gone off, and you just haven't got the same interest, to the point where this is a week later. I went shopping this morning, and I walked past the crisp aisle. I walked past the crisp. I love crisp. That is my one nemesis. I literally walked past the crisp aisle, thinking, why do I not want this anymore? Partly A is because the carbs, and B because I know if I eat it, I'm gonna get anything that was carb related is gone out of my diet. Basically, I'm being forced to be in keto. It's like being forced to be in keto. So I'm having to be mindful now and thinking, how am I going to get those calories in? And protein is what it is. And you probably heard all this before. You've heard all this before, probably. But I'm telling you, every time I ate something that was related to even look at a carb, I had heartburn. I had heartburn. It was crazy. So I've just stopped even trying, and I'm trying to. So everything is like a protein base with some veg, or protein with some salad, or just the protein, and that's how it's been going. So what I've had to do is I got a protein. I bought a vegan protein shake from Amazon. I even bought new. Oh, I bought. I had to buy new scales because I wasn't sure whether my scales was accurate. I'm thinking, I've heard all these people lose 10, 11 pounds in 1 week, but I was told that because of the type 2 diabetes, it's going to take a while for it to regulate, to start doing what it's doing. It's certainly doing the job of suppressing my appetite, because I'm telling you, I could even feel it in my waist, but it just didn't register in the weight, in the weight itself. I can feel the difference. Now the minuses are plenty as well. The minuses are plenty as well. Shall we get into that, people? I'm telling you, it's crazy. Yes, the heartburn with the carbs. I found that if I don't eat carbs, I don't get heartburn. It's like completely normal. Okay. I did. This all happened on Monday. I got the bloating, I got the stomach, I got the heartburn, I got a little bit of, and we're going to talk the poo situation there. If you're not into the poo, you need to switch off. But we're going to talk about the poo situation as well. It was like I got diarrhea. And I went from diarrhea to constipation the next day. And let me tell you something. Eating vegan, I was going to the toilet 3 times a day, pooing number 2 3 times a day, and I went from that to Monday diarrhea, and then Tuesday it was nothing at all. And I was getting worried because my stomach's bloating, and I think that's part of the reason why I haven't lost anything either, because I keep going in between. It's not happened now, because what happens, I'm going to explain. It's not happening now. It's kind of like going back to normal. Is because by Friday, although I had this switch go off in my head, okay, by Friday I can feel me wanting to look at food again, look at certain foods again. I'm thinking, no, control yourself, because I can feel that it basically the injection is wearing off. But I don't know whether I'm just on a too low a dose and it's not making much of a difference because I'm diabetic. So, I've got type 2 diabetes. So I don't know if that's what it is, but I tell you what, Monday to Friday, it was like, so food suppression was real. You just lose all interest in food, and you can't eat as much as it feels like. And it's like you think somebody was holding your stomach and saying that, that's enough now, but it wasn't like that. It's almost like your brain said, that's enough now. and you stop, and it's like way smaller portions. I've never had that sensation, or I haven't had that sensation in years. Because this is another conversation that we might have. But some people eat for comfort. Some people eat when they're happy. They eat when they're sad. They eat when they're depressed. They eat when they're. I was one of those people that was just a plain foodie. That I guess you eat for comfort too. I guess I ate for comfort too, and it was kind of like this switch that went off. I can't emphasize it enough. You would never understand unless you're on this stuff. It's like this switch goes off in your brain. Now, yes, I have a high BMI as well, and yes, they class me as obese, and so and with the type 2 diabetes, that's why I said I've had it on. I got it on the NHS, and I don't know how long it's lasting, but they've given me 100 needles. I'm thinking, why 100 needles? That's a lot. That's not even. That's 2 years worth of needles. What the hell does that mean? Am I going to be on this stuff forever? I don't know. But I'll tell you what, it did the job. It stopped my weight gain in its tracks, because I'm telling you, to prior to taking the first injection, I was literally putting on a pound a week or something. They weighed me in August. I was one way, and I'm not ready to reveal what my weight was, but they weighed me. I mean, it wasn't that bad, because since I've been on metformin in the last 3 years, I've lost 3 stone without even trying, and that's the metformin. Okay, so I'm down to a certain, but I'm still classed as obese. I'm still classed with a high BMI, but um, I got weighed in August by a nurse at the doctor's, and she said to me, "That's weird. Your weight has not changed since last year. It's like you've maintained that weight." And I said, "Is that a good or a bad thing?" And she said, "In a sense, it's a good thing, but you need to get the weight down." Okay. So that was that conversation. So I went back. Um, I took the injection last Sunday, because today is Sunday. It's a week later. But and I took the injection. So I went to the clinic on the Wednesday. So last Wednesday, last week in October, I went to the clinic, and I'd put on since August, was it 6 or 7 pounds in a month? That's unheard of. And a part of that is the medication they put me on in August, where they shouldn't have done. And I explained that last week about that medication that starts with G. I haven't got it with me here, because I'm going to take my injection after this. But I just thought I'm not going to show me taking the injection again, because that was laughable what I was doing last week, because that was the first time I've taken it. But today I'll be taking my second dose at the lowest level, which is 2.5 of the Mounjaro. So we'll see what happens this week, and see whether it settles down, whether it makes a difference, whether I start losing weight. And I forgot to do my waist measurements again. I'm going to do that today. But I got on the scale this morning. I was very disappointed. But I can feel the changes, especially in my eating habits. They've completely changed in a week. I'm just like flabbergasted how a medication can actually switch that part of your brain off. But apparently, Monjaro is the one that affects two different hormones in your body, GLP and GIP. You'd have to go look them up, because I read it in the book. I mean, I was reading the book last week, because everything was new to me, just as it was new to you. But I'm not saying I'm an expert in a week, but I've learned a lot more, and it is crazy. Now let's talk about the negatives. I'm going to talk about the negative side of it, the diarrhea. I didn't feel sick. I didn't have any nausea. I did have constipation and diarrhea. Oh, and I had heartburn. Okay, and that wasn't nice. But once I stopped eating the carbs, which is the bread, the pasta, whatever. Mind you, I was eating lentil pasta. I wasn't eating wheat pasta. Anything to do with wheat, anything to do with carbs, anything sugary. The minute I ate something sugary, I'd get heartburn. The minute I ate carbs, because potato. That's what I've not tried. I've not tried potato, but I've had no interest in it, because usually I make a good jacket potato for lunch, and I haven't done that because I'm scared to try it. I'm going to try it this week, though. I'm going to try it this week just to see how I react to it. But I don't even think I could get a whole jacket potato down me now because of what I've been living on. Because of what's been going on, I've been living on just some protein. So, for example, I would do some tofu in the air fryer, season it up well good, and do some tofu and have some salad with it. Or I've been doing stir fries, like homemade stir fries, and just eating that, and that kind of thing. That's what I've been doing. It's salad or veg or that kind of thing with some kind of protein. I've been eating bean, like I have a bean salad that I love doing, and I've been eating that. Just to get the protein in. Do you know what I mean? I might have to resort to. I've even resorted to because it's difficult when you eat mostly vegan. So I've had to add things in like eggs, which I never thought I'd say. I've had to add these things to get the extra protein in. Eggs, tuna, I've had to add in. What else have I had to add in? Yeah, I've had to add things like that in to get the protein in because although you can get your protein from, but to combat the side effects of what I've been getting, it's almost like I've gone keto and not out of choice. I've got keto and not out of choice. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. But those are the negatives. But the positive is it's almost like your brain told you that you had some kind of disease. Now this is gonna get deep now. It's like your brain told you that you had some kind of disease and you needed to switch that off in order to be doing what a normal person does. Because I'll be honest, I was one of those people that if I really like something, I could sit there and eat it and eat it and eat it and eat it and not stop. And I didn't feel like I had a bottom to my belly. I could do that. And now you're lucky if you can get me to get a small half a packet of small crisps or something. And not even that. I've not eaten crisps this week, and this is what I love. So it's a really strange situation. But I just thought I'd say I'd give you my first week's synopsis because I'm just using this as a journal as well. Although it's informative, and I want to tell you what's going on with me and this, that, and the other. I just thought it's a journal for me as well because I can see differences in my face already without even trying. And although, I haven't lost any weight, or I feel like I've not lost any weight, I think I've lost inches off the waist, but I know that doesn't make sense. But I've already lost. See, I've lost a pound, but I feel like I've lost it in my waist. Even though I've been feeling bloated, I can feel the difference already. I can feel the difference already, and I have got a lot more energy. Although that was the last thing I wanted to mention today. I made some lunch. I had a mixed salad. I had all sorts of things in it just to bulk it up, like cucumber, tomato. I had gherkins in there, chopped up. I had olives in there. What else did I add in there? I had the tofu with it, chopped up diced tofu, a little bit of salad dressing on it. Ate that, had a cup of tea, and all of a sudden this tiredness, I'd never felt that before, that it was just like a wave of tiredness. Oh, it had to go and lie down. It was like crazy. I was thinking, what's going on? And probably that's to do with the injections again. I mean, I know it's a lot to do with insulin levels and stuff like that. And it's almost like my body's saying, look, just go and lie down now. It's that's enough. Because I went shopping this morning. I walk to my Aldi's and I walk back, and it's like a 20-minute walk. I do it deliberately. All the supermarkets around me are like 10, 15, 20-minute walks. Uh, it, I could get on a bus and go down there, but I just think, just walk it, Val. So I walked it there, walked it back, and I see it as part of my exercise as well because it clocks up the steps, and made something to eat, had my protein shake because I had at that time I wasn't hungry this morning when I went shopping. I had nothing. So I thought, you know what? Let me just because I've got these electrolytes. I've had to buy all this stuff Do you know what I mean? Because it's like I've bought protein powder, I've bought electrolytes that you put in your water. So I brought that with me when I was walking to go shopping. I bought the electrolytes, in you put the tablet in the water and it gives you extra electrolytes because I realized that I'm doing a lot of sweating as well. So, and you're sweating everything out basically, and you're going to make yourself dehydrated. So, because I knew I was going walking, and I knew I was going to go and sweat, because that's what happens with me. I sweat a lot. Um, I thought, let me just take that with me. So I had eaten nothing besides this electrolyte stuff, water basically. And normally I would have down two coffees with milk or almond milk. I would have done two large coffees by then. But I felt like I couldn't eat. I wasn't hungry this morning. So I just got up and went shopping, and maybe that had a lot to do with it. So I'm going to shut up now because I don't want to bore you. But I thought, let me just record this journey, and if you're interested, you'll listen. And never felt anything like it before. It was like a great big switch had been turned off in my head, and it said, "Yep, it's time to be normal now." But I'm gonna add added that you can't eat the carbs. So I'm really like, and maybe that's a good thing because they say that once you switch off the carbs, it burns more fat in it. So we might see better results next week. So I'll be back next week. But yeah, the last thing is I've had to buy all this stuff. So I bought scales that's got an app with it that records everything. And I might, if I remember next time, bring my phone out and tell you what my BMI is and whatever. And I've got to remind myself to measure my waist. And so next time I know if there's a difference because I could feel the difference, but I just forgot to measure my waist. So saying all that, yeah, I've had to buy all this stuff. New scales. I bought some protein powder. I've bought the electrolytes. What else did I get? Protein bars. I found some vegan protein bars online as well. Because I thought, I don't know if I'm getting enough of what I need because it was easy for me to eat 2,500 a day, but I'm struggling to get 1,000 calories in now. And that's not because I don't want to, it's because the suppression is real. I am feeling it. It has worn off a little bit, but when that tiredness came over me this morning, I was like, what the hell is going on? I want to lie down. That's the first for me. The way that tiredness hit me. And I don't know if it's my insulin levels. And don't know. But anyway, I'm going to stop it now. I'm going to love and leave you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the alert bell. I'd love to hear your comments. If you're on this Mounjaro journey, what has your experience been? How are you feeling about it? It's just been a release for me. I'm going to tell you. Despite some of the negative, what's going on, I just think it's my body still trying to sort it out because I've been diabetic for years. So it's kind of like you switch that off of my brain. My body's now confused. My body's confused. It's like, where's all the carbs gone? Where's all that food you used to eat? Where's it gone? You're confusing the hell out of me. And it's like my body's trying to sort its life out. That's what it is. My body's trying to... And so it's kind of like it's a revelation to me that there's people out there that eat like this out of choice. It's almost like, and this is one analogy. This is one way you can put it. It's like I had the fat gene, and that's been switched off now. So I've suddenly started eating like somebody who can eat what they want, but they still moderate what they eat. Do you know what I mean? Or that's the wrong way to put it. I'm eating like somebody who it's not even a diet. It's just eating like how normal people would eat. But the added bonus, well, not the added bonus, but the added thing is that I can't. It's difficult for me to eat carbs now. So I'm going to test the theory and let you know. I might try jacket potato in the week, which is potato, which is starch, which is equals to sugar, isn't it? And they call it a complex carbohydrate, I guess. Sugar was never one of those things. That's one of the things I tried to cut out immediately. But like when I was looking for those vegan treats, I could find them. sugar was a big deal for me, and it's not anymore. It's crazy. It's crazy how that switch is just. I'm still in shock as to how it just turns off, and it's got to the point where I don't even think about food the same way. So anyway, I'm gonna love and leave you people. Big up yourself. Remember to big up yourself, okay? Over and out. Take care till next time. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the alert bell. Get down with the get down. Until next time, take care.